Fight forever! Fight forever! Hey, it's Wrestling Hero Figs! We have the new WWE Hall of Champions. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, Ron Simmons, and Kane. And Hero Figs, I already have Kane. I already have Elite Series 12. Why would I want to pick this up? Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. The things that I've picked up from it, first glance, first experience, first overall impression, there are some significant differences in this Kane. And we'll get into that. Again, we're going to unbox all of these. I do want to get Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. These guys have been running NXT. You say NXT, what do you think of? You think of NXT TakeOver. You think of the champion, and not just the NXT champion, but also our current NXT WWE champion. Here's a little bio right there. It's giving you the breakdown of the wave right there on the side. It does have an image right there. This is back before they decided to break up, man. Why'd you guys break up? You know, not only did you guys break up, but you also created something. You developed a whole new innovative, like, their matches, every single one that I can think, they've all, like, solid, like, I don't know if Dave Meltzer would rate NXT. I know he usually doesn't. He mainly does indie wrestling. Well, he does WWE every now and then, but these guys are up there in that Dave Meltzer rating 7 category for sure. Here is Ciampa. Now, this man right here, he is coming with a little bit of extras, actually quite a bit of extras. And that's the thing I like about this line, man. They're throwing in a shirt, they're throwing in a belt, they're throwing in the DIY bandana representing that old team, dude. No, not do it yourself, but DIY. And the thing too, the cool thing about this figure, you know, excuse me, apart from like the extra accessories, and it is removable. You can just pop that right off. You are getting a whole new head scan. Here is the current one. Here is the old one. This is the one that we had gotten in that. Well, this was actually also a Target exclusive, except it was a basic. It came with the chair, but you can see the differences right there, man. I mean, if you like take a closer look at the new one, I feel like this one has more of like a skinnier look to it. It definitely has like more detail going on in the facial expression. Not only that, but the beard. It's more detailed. If you look at like the overall like design, the texture of like the old basic right here, there isn't all that much line work that we can really, you know, say, wow, this is actually, you know what? Regardless, it is still a solid head scan. But when you put it side by side, you can see the full on like beard, dude. Like so much line, so much like going on everywhere, all around the face. I'm just, I'm gushing way too much over this figure. This is, well, I don't know, that Kane and that Ron Simmons, it's going to give it a run for sure. The attire, it is a matching attire on both. So the one that we're seeing on here is the same one as that we're going to see with Gargano. Now, I don't know if these are variants, because here's the thing. When we saw mock images a couple of weeks ago, this one right here actually had like the Cody Rhodes torso, and I feel like that one is actually more appropriate, at least for Ciampa. Not so much Gargano. I think the Daniel Bryan suits him well, but I just think that had they gone with Cody Rhodes, and you know what? It might still appear. Again, these might be variants. There's no official confirmation on that. I really do hope that does come to fruition. If that is the case, I do still plan on picking that up. Or, I mean, you could torso swap it. You could easily do that. I mean, that's the good thing about these figures nowadays. They don't utilize a lot of glue, so doing the torso swap right there, yeah, you're going to be able to do that without a hassle. Really awesome, and really enjoying this. Here's the shirt. It is coming with the DIY shirt right here. It's got Gargano up top, and then right there, it's got the hashtag, and it says Ciampa Gargano. It is a matching shirt. I mean, they are literally identical to what we're seeing right there with Johnny Wrestling right there. And this one does have the 2 clicks right there, or not the 2 clicks, but, you know, they do come together fairly easy. I still wish it would have been fabric. We stress too much about that. We're not going to get into detail, but it's still a nice little extra that they threw in there. The belt, we have seen it on multiple occasions now. We did see it with, I think it was Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, and we also saw with the Revival from the recent NXT TakeOver Elites as well. So here it is. So eventually, you know what's going to happen. Give it about actually a little bit longer. Give it about half a year. Actually, you know what? Elite Series 62, Authors of Pain, they do come with the updated Hero Fix. Where you been, man? Sorry, I had to think there for a second. So we will be getting the updated ones here with DIY pretty soon. But again, if you haven't seen the belt, there's the tag belt. We're going to display with that bandana. I think that's kind of what brings right there. Oh, man, Ciampa just looks wicked. And that Kane, dude, wait until I show you. I'm telling you, you're going to see that is by a mile a lot better than the Elite Series 12. Here's Johnny Gargano. Here's the little display image. Again, if you keep these loose, the cool thing that I like, that I love, and I'm going to say love, is the backdrop. The Hall of Champions backdrop. It's just wicked, dude. Like, all the belts back there, they just use, and that's kind of where the Hall of Champions name comes from. It's just, every figure that they're going to put in this line, they're going to come with a title for sure, and they're going to come with like an important, kind of like almost like a defining moment, like an important moment that had happened in their career to where, they're going to put in the line. So prior it was Hall of Fame. Obviously, Hall of Fame was, the only way you're going to be in that line was like if you were eventually in the Hall of Fame. So it's good that they got away from that, because obviously that does limit you to a lot of or to only a few superstars. When you're a Hall of Champions, I mean, most superstars, at least ones worth getting, you're gonna be able to definitely add more characters to that. So I think that's the whole story behind as to why they changed the name. Here it is. Here is the matching. Again, it's the thing that's really the only difference between this than what we saw with Ciampa right there is from the knees down. As you can see right here, he does have kick pads, and they didn't go with the right. I wish the kick pads would have gone all the way up on it. I do have a fix-up idea. And again, we'll do it in an updated custom fix-up video. I think you guys will like it. This should be a fairly easy fix. I got some great things that we can definitely put into play here just to give this a better look. But still, I mean, had they actually gone all the way up, I think the overall kick pads, yeah, this would have been a solid figure. The back piece or the design right there, obviously you are going to see a difference between Gargano and Chop. No, it's the same. It's identical. So, I mean, if you were to head swap this, you'd be like, hey, man, which one goes on which body? So, but yeah, we're going to do a knee swap from the knees down. So, again, if you're new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that stuff. Here's the NXT belt again. And again, exact same shirt. He doesn't come with anything additional, but having DIY complete, I love this. On the back, they actually did write the, you know what? It's actually, yeah, it is. It says, nobody will do it for you. And that's true, man. If for some reason you forget to take out the trash, dude, nobody's going to do it for you. What are you going to do? Ask your dog? They don't have opposable thumbs yet, bro. Why do you say yet? You know what's going to happen, man. Did you ever watch Planet of the Apes? I have. That's a great movie. And, if it's, I don't think it'll be apes. It'll most likely be dogs. I mean, after all, they are the household pet, so I don't see why. I got to get Kane out. We're going to get the Big Red Machine out because there's a lot of people. I think if you were to do a list of people that had missed out on Elite Series 12, and this is why Mattel brought it to us. They're like, you know what? There are so many of you that have requested for a re-release of Elite Series 12, and they did, man. That's the good thing, bro, because anything before this, I mean, yeah, 50, loose. You want mock, you're talking about close to 100. So getting the Big Red Machine, right? Oh, man. That back, or this design, the art design, yeah, okay, it's not art. It's actually just a picture, put onto the back right there. But, dude, this is childhood right here, man. Big Red Machine and the red attire, childhood for me. I was gushing when this man made his debut. I think it was Hell in a Cell, right? He had made his debut at Hell in a Cell. I mean, he wasn't WWE prior to that, but he was repackaged as the Big Red Machine. He is coming with the WWE title, which is the classic one. We've seen this quite a bit. I think in the last 3 years, they've pumped this out at least anywhere between 5 maybe to 10 times. It's probably a little bit lower than that. But again, if you haven't seen the belt, there it is, man. We got the scratch logo up top. It is missing the F. We all know why it's missing the F, Hero Figs. Why you got to tell us every single time? Because, man, I wish they would have included the F. How can they do it to toys? I get it. It's copyright, Hero Figs. That's why. So here's the little speaker box. There's the little tiny speaker box. We did also get it with, again, Elite Series 12. This is what he actually needed. Kane couldn't talk. Well, he could talk, but his whole gimmick was, I can't talk. I am the Big Red Machine. He would put it up to his throat, kind of like smokers. He would put this up to his throat, and that's kind of what caused it. I don't see any, you know what? I do see a little bit of difference, maybe because it's an old piece, but I do see some shading right there by the handle area. I don't see it with the new one. And again, we'll do a comparison. Here's the Elite Series 12. And here is the new one. Now, right off the get-go, I'm going to tell you this, that the head scan is where you're going to notice a lot of the differences, as well as the entire attire. I mean, literally from head to toe, it is using the same style, design, but I feel like this one right here that we're seeing in the Hall of Champions, it is more accurate. Beast Nation, bro, I know you've done some fix-ups on your Canes. I know you've done some custom Canes where you actually got it right to kind of like what they did here. If you look at the line work right here, this is a lot thinner. And this is actually, again, more accurate. This was a lot wider than what they did with Elite Series 12. The colors too. I do see a color variation. You probably won't pick it up on camera. I mean, you're looking at it right now and you're probably saying, Hero Fakes, what are you talking about, man? They're both red. Elite Series 12 does have more of like a pronounced, brighter red. This kind of has like a lighter, almost flat, not flat. Like this one is like a little bit glossier, but the reds, they are different. Also the head scans. This one right here, this is more demonic. This is more like the big red machine coming for you, choke slamming you, tombstoning you. It's wider. The black line, the outline work right there that you're seeing coming from the forehead, working its way down, it's a lot wider as to what we're seeing right here with Elite Series 12. It's just vicious, man. You got the contacts too. Like that eye, man, I think it was both. No, it was this right eye. And they got it right there on the figure, dude. The hair, very similar. I don't see anything different from the hair. The belt, I do see, yeah, some significant differences on the belt too. Now, again, this is more accurate. You're seeing more studs right there. Like you're seeing a combination of 2, 2, 2, and there's a slight separation towards the outside. This one right here, instead of 2, it only has like the 1. Well, it's got 2, but you know what I'm saying? It only has like a set of 2 as opposed to the 4 versus what we're seeing right here. On the side of the tights, check this out. So this one with Elite Series 12, the line work, they kind of, I'm not going to call it a shortcut, but they kind of stopped like 3/4 of the way. Like this should actually be going a little bit further out, kind of like what we're seeing right there with the Hall of Champions. You see how that line work, and you do have to align it right there by the upper thigh area. But once you do, you can see that the black outline work right there, it should be spewing out more towards like the front of the leg right there. Elite Series 12, they did. And the side right here, this is where you're seeing like identical, literally, it's like an exact replica right here from the side. But I'm telling you, I think this one, like, I like the bright color to it. I mean, don't get rid of your Elite Series 12. That's not what I'm telling you. And I'm not telling you to stop hunting for it. I mean, this still definitely holds a special place in the collection. Plus in packaging, too. I think the old style packaging was wicked. It was a lot bigger than what we're seeing with these. So it's still a nice little piece. Regardless, I got to say, I'm going more towards the Hall of Champions Kane for sure. I'm ranking this Kane an 11, dude. It's surpassing the 10. Gargano and Ciampa, sir, you're getting an 8 mainly because of the kick pads. He's getting I got to give him an 8. I think had we gotten, and you know what, I'm telling you, it's most likely going to happen. These might be variants. I think because they were the first productions, that's why we didn't get the Cody Rhodes tour. So here's Ron Simmons. Here is some, damn. Here's the first time that we are seeing the WCW Classic title right there. Check it out. This is bringing light. And what light are you talking about, man? I'm talking about the light to where they can introduce not just this title, but also the U.S. title. No, I'm not talking about the one from WWE. I'm talking about the old WCW, as well as the tag titles. I mean, I can keep going, man. Like Cruiserweight, you name it. This is just the beginning of a lot of great stuff soon to come here. Here's the back right there. Here's Ron Simmons throwing it up with the people. He's coming down the entrance, and he says, one day, man, one day I think that's a terrible impression, man. Don't do it. One day he's going to join the APA and become one of the most dominant tag teams. But even before then, even before he was part of the APA, my friends, he was doing it on his own, and he was the very first champion. Well, not first WCW champion. African-American dude. Bet. So, Ron Simmons, you know what? What happened to your bandana, man? It's right here. It just popped right off. So it looks like it does come off fairly easy. So that's, I don't know. I guess if you're wrestling with him, no, it'll stay on. Sorry. I think it's just because I popped them out of the packaging. But the bandana, you can easily take it off. If you want to get into some in-ring competition, if you want to get down and dirty with Ron Simmons, now you can do it. Or you can get him down with APA. Here's a quick compare. I got to do this one. I mean, really, you really can't compare it. This is a later Ron Simmons. This is Farouk. This is his other character, and it is a later one. I mean, obviously you can see the hair. The hairline is more receding. It's more pronounced. I'm telling you, this is what happens when you hang out with Branshaw in the back playing cards, man. Oh my gosh. But right here, you got the full locks. You got the full locks on Ron Simmons. They're continuing all the way towards the bottom to show the people that I am all about the mullet and the mullet game, dude. Yeah, if you weren't wearing a mullet during this time, if you didn't have a mullet during this era, man, Yeah, people were not going to let you in that building. You're going to be like, no, man, you got to go redo your hair. I'll show you the belt in just a sec. I want to show you this, Farouk. I've been so excited to get this one right here. He does have like the bicep straps right there on both, kind of similar to what we saw with the sleeveless. This isn't the variant because the sleeveless did have the same similar style right there. The torso, Sting, dude. Yeah, this is the same style that we saw with Sting or Blue Tista, either or. The designs right there, you're getting it matching on the right as well as on the left. On the or on the boots right there, we got RS for Ron Simmons. Dude, 10. Yeah, you're getting a 10 for sure, Ron. There's no doubt that Dario has brought a 10 to the table. Here is the WCW World Heavyweight Championship, dude. Wow, like, hold on, we gotta undo it from the back. Right there on the sides, you see how they actually added the WCW logos right there? Obviously, WWE now owns WCW, so they don't have to worry about like any copyright or anything like that. Like, and it's okay. The two center ones has the world right there, and then the outside ones right there, it's got, I believe. Hold up, no, it does. It actually has WCW on all four, and then right there, the main plate, dude. It's got the world, bro. Because that's what you were, man. If you were champion, you weren't just champion of the U.S. You weren't just champion of the state that you were in, my friend. You were world heavyweight champion. So solid set. If I'm gonna rank these as to which one is the best, Kane. Look, I'm a Kane mark. I love Kane. Kane is still my favorite, even though it's a re-release from Elite Series 12. Kane is gonna take number one for sure. Ron Simmons, number two. I've always wanted Farouk in his Ron Simmons gimmick right here. Ciampa, look. Had you gotten the right torso, I think you might have, overdone Johnny Wrestling, but because of Johnny Wrestling's accurate like torso, again, we'll get it right. Once we get it right, I think this one would be a lot better. And it is simple stuff that you can easily do yourself. But the thing is that we should have already gotten them that way. It's the full series, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.